Yo, what's going on, everybody? We are back with 10 more tips to help you annihilate the competition in Geoguessr. These will be ranging from pretty simple tricks to more advanced tricks that, if only you know in the room, you will definitely dominate. So, without further ado, let's just straight into it. Alright, so first up here, if you know you're in the US, like you know, like the roads or the English, whatever, you deduce that you're in the US and you don't know exactly where you are, a good little clue to look out for is a speed sign. Normally in the US, these say speed limit and whatever the number is, but in one specific state, it only says speed, and the font is a little bit different on these numbers. But the main thing you need to look out for here is the fact that it says speed instead of speed limit. The only state in the country where this is found is Oregon. So you can go anywhere in like near a big city here in Oregon, and your guess should be pretty good. Just like that, just a few miles away, great score, and that'll definitely let you have an upper edge in the duel match. So yeah, tip number 2 here. You see the sun's in the north, you're going to be in the southern hemisphere, and also these bollards right here, this white post with the little strip right here, either it's like gray or it's red. As you can see here, it doesn't go outside or near the edge of the thing. You're going to be in Australia 100% of the time if this pollard is found when the sun is in the north. Additionally, if you take a look over here, on this pole right here, if you see this little possum guard, it should be on almost every single pole on one specific island in Australia. And you will only find this specific thing, the specific possum guard, in Tasmania, just down here. So you know you're in Tasmania, you have a really solid guess here. So let's walk it down, just a couple miles away. And yeah, that is a great tip to know if you really want to get good at region guessing Australia. Another very important clue to differentiating regions such as South America and Southeast Asia is the poles. So as you can see here, we have a yellow center lines, we have white outer lines rather, and it's very tropical looking. Like it can be kind of different, kind of difficult to navigate between maybe like Thailand and Cambodia and Brazil, because it looks very similar, honestly. But if you see these poles with the holes in them, just like this big like squarish concrete pole, and you see all these little dot holes in them, this is only found in one country, and it is found in Thailand. So if you see those poles, and it kind of looks like very tropical, you don't even need to look at the landscape. If you see these poles, guaranteed you will be in Thailand every single time. So you can just plop a guess down, and yeah, you are guaranteed to get the right country every single time if you see that exact pole. Next round here, a tip I have for beginners especially is differentiating Malta between Italy and other countries in Europe. So one key factor here is the fact that they speak English a lot here. So you can see fruit and vegetables, melody, sales and service. They speak English in Malta. So that's a very important clue to look out for. Also, on the license plates, there's a blue strip on the left side here. Italy has a blue strip on the left side and the right side. So if you see the blue strip on the left side, you will most likely be in Malta. I have seen a couple instances where there is one strip on the left side in Italy, but if you see a plethora of them, such as right here in this photo, you are going to be in Malta. Also, this architecture, very old, like just brick, just very yellow buildings. And also, you can't really see it here. Let's try and get a better example, actually. Let's try and get out into like a main highway because this is a very important clue that can help you get a high score. Okay, here we go. So as you can see, the cars are facing toward us right now on this side of the road and facing away from us, meaning we are driving on the left-hand side. Italy does not drive on the left, so we can 100% be certain that this is Malta, probably just near the capital city here. And it was. Nice. That's a very important country to be getting right. Alright, next clue here. This is a very good one. If you see this very dry climate, you may think you're in like the Middle East somewhere, you're not entirely sure. Maybe you can't read that sign. Maybe you can probably read that sign, but pretend you can't read that sign. And you need to know where you are. This specific white truck with the very big front of the truck, this is only found in Qatar, I believe. There is a truck similar to this that you can find in the United Arab Emirates, but this truck right here, this very large front truck with this antenna right here, this is found only in Qatar. So whether you're playing duels or battle royale countries, you will always get a very good outcome if you can identify that. So yeah, just down the road there. And next round here. So this can be a bit tricky for some beginners. You know, you may see like the Spanish and whatnot. Like you'll see all the Spanish, you'll be like, is this Mexico or whatever? And then you can't identify where it might be. You say, maybe those signs look a bit American or just anything reminds you of America. If you want to make sure that you are not in Mexico or any other main Spanish country, you will look at the antenna. If you see a black antenna right here, with the white tip at the top, you can kind of see it up there. Like right where my cursor is, you'll see it in a second, that white tip at the top of the antenna. That exclusive antenna is found only in Puerto Rico. Also, bonus tip, Puerto Rico has coverage mainly in San Juan and Ponce down here. So these are only two main cities that you'll find coverage in. Plop a guess down. Nice. Down the road. Next round. So similarly, you'll see the Spanish everywhere. You'll see, where am I? And it can be kind of difficult to differentiate between the Spanish-speaking countries early on in Geoguessr. But if you look down, you will see the roof rack. This roof rack specifically, as you can see in between the two silver bars, there's like a spiral little black thing in between both of those silver bars. That one is found exclusively where you see Spanish. If you see this roof rack, you will be in the Dominican Republic. There's only two main cities where there is coverage, the capital of Santo Domingo and Santiago de los Caballeros up here in the north. And yeah, however, Guatemala has a very similar roof rack, but there is no black in this little crevice right here. So if you see Spanish and there's no black, you will be in Guatemala. But if you do see the black, you will be in the Dominican Republic. Go ahead and get a guess in. Nice. Okay, this is a more advanced one. This is a very rare tip, but if you do see the sun out towards the east, and you see very red soil, and you're on a boat, this is very important. If you're on a boat, you can see a flag, maybe you can't make it out what it is, but if you see very red soil, the sun's east, this means you are on the Galapagos Islands. Specifically, you're out on this coast out here, because you can see the crevice kind of lines up, like, it's like, so you're around, like, I would say, like, right here. Yeah, because that juts out. You'd be around, like, right here. Yep. So, if you see that red soil, the sun is east, because there can be some boat coverage in Madagascar, I believe, so you gotta make sure that the sun is east instead of, like, north. So, that can help you really differentiate the Galapagos Islands between any other country or just region of the world. And this is very rare, but it is very helpful if you've run into it in duels or battle royale countries. And for the final tip of the day, this is a very good one. Although I've ran into this maybe once or twice in the last couple months of me playing Geoguessr, like since I've started, this is a very good tip. So you may be inclined to think, oh, the sun's east, you got very red soil. This can be Brazil. You would think this is Brazil, right? Everything's lining up. You got the landscape, the red soil, very red soil, sun's east. But this is not Brazil. Not even close to Brazil, actually. This is obviously not Brazil. Rather, since you have black car, as you can see, there is some black car right there. That is found in Peru, Argentina, and Uruguay. But if it looks exactly like Brazil, you will be in the Misiones province of Argentina, way up north here. So you'll be on one of these roads up here. You can do like a little central hedge. And yeah, guaranteed to get an insane score there. So, and yeah, 24,852. If you know all of those clues, you can replicate that score online or just a single player play. And yeah, those are 10 essential tips to help you get better at Geoguessr. Part 2. Thank you guys for watching the video. Comment what your favorite tip of the video was. I know what mine was. And yeah, I will see y'all in the next video, most likely tomorrow. Yeah, see you guys in the next one.